Hey, everything the light touches can be reviewed. We on the reviews. Extravaganza.
Ganza.
Raw. How y'all doing? Oh. Say hello. Damn, I'm showing y'all her private parts right now. Let me put her down. She never.
That's a lot of dog vagina.
Right. She never asked for any of this. Why do you keep coming back to this?
Like, put me
I
down.
got no choice.
Hey, this is y'all's future king right here. Y'all better respect. Quit acting a fool right now. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the movie review extravaganza. Right.
Put him up.
If I was king of the forest, not prince, not duke, but king. Yeah, that's more like it, right? Actually, you know, if I put on this hat, I could be Fuzzy Bear right now. Shit. Waka waka. Oh, people. Every great king, every iconic movie figure, classic movie character has a backstory that has to be told, people say. Especially if they need money.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so it comes as no surprise. Some people might even say, what took so long to get the backstory, the origin of the great king himself, Mufasa? A lot of people want to know, man, how'd you end up looking so real? No, we're not getting that backstory right there. Unfortunately, we are talking about this one right here, though. Not a lot of people's favorite Lion King, even though everybody went to go see that Lion King.
Made $1 billion goddamn dollars.
It's crazy because I don't know one person that likes that Lion King right there, but somebody spent money on that bitch.
over and over again.
Over again. It must have been the kids out there because the adults I know say, hell no. And even some said, I ain't even taking my kids to that shit. They want to go see it, take it. Hey, little 6-year-old ass get a job and he can pay for it himself.
Yeah, they say that to you.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, you goddamn are taking me to see it. I know.
Yeah. So yeah, people. You know, listen, they ain't messing with my man here yet, so I'm cool with that. You know, we got some straight to DVD and home release versions of backstories and sequels to the Lion King, the animated
the further
one.
adventures of.
Yeah. I think there was one where Scar came back to life and revealed he has a boyfriend now. I actually think so. He came back as a
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think he came. People, I might be wrong, but because I haven't seen it, but somebody said he came back as a lava guy or a lava lion. And
he's like, Mufasa would never let me live my truth.
yeah. So that's why he was. That's why he was so mad.
Right.
And if you're my mom, you can't tell the difference between these two. I don't know if my mom's going to go see the sequel to this because my mom loves The Lion King, especially that one right there, the original. But of course, The Lion King is now, it's just not a standalone great story anymore. You know, if you make money for Disney, you're going to continue to be a hoe.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
Know that.
That's true. You don't get to retire.
No, I don't give a damn if you a king. Today you a hoe. Get your ass up to get my money. Mufasa. Yeah, people. This is now a franchise where they're going to keep churning some stories out to make money with it, and that is why we are getting the story that nobody asked for. The story of Mufasa.
Well, I didn't ask for the last one.
Yeah, we didn't ask for the live action.
No, none of us asked for any. We don't ask for any of this shit from Disney, but they keep giving it to us. They say, you know the game now. So, shit, y'all ought to be used to this by now. But here we are. We are getting the story of the great king himself, Mufasa, who came from very humble beginnings. And your man Rafiki sitting down and telling Simba's kid a story, Timon and Pumbaa, and telling him, y'all didn't know that the great King Mufasa started out, he didn't have no mom and daddy. He had one, but he was a hard-headed little cub and did what he was not supposed to do. And went out there and tried to save his ass, and well, he got what he deserved. He ended up being an orphan. And he was rescued by another, what do you call him, a pride of lions, where he pretty much, he lost some parents, but he gained a brother. What was his name? Tekken?
Was it Taka?
Taka.
Yeah.
Taka. Who was a familiar person? Y'all know him as Scar today. See, before Scar wasn't always an asshole. You know? No. Scar at the time, Scar was like, you know what? I've always wanted a brother. Mufasa, you answered my prayers. You showed up just at the right time. And they were tight for years. But if we've all watched The Lion King, then we know that loving relationship did not last forever. And some of y'all could probably figure out why without even seeing this movie. But why do most guys end up fighting each other?
It is a typical reason.
It really is a typical reason. It ain't no deep Shakespearean shit like Lion King was. I ain't gonna do no spoiler and tell you what they fighting over, but y'all could probably guess what do two dudes always end up their friendship over?
Best friends. What ends their friendship?
Exactly.
Because most things will roll off a dude's back. He's like, whatever. But there's one thing they cannot get past. And it doesn't involve money.
No, I was about to say. I was just about to say that. And guess what? Lions don't use money. Lions don't carry a wallet. So
I know what it is.
So it only be whatever.
I know what it is.
But there's more to it than that. There's a lot that led up to this conflict before they became enemies, and that is what you get with Mufasa. As we said, this is the origin story of how he became king and the ruler of a great land where every animal, even though he was going to eat them, they all respect him.
That's why I respect him.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give him respect. Maybe he'll spare me. Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for Mufasa, which we've all seen, but we're going to do it again. And we'll be back with our reviews.
It's time I tell you a story. A story!
My name is Mufasa.
I'm Sarabi.
My name is Taka.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. Nobody asked you.
Yeah, whatever. Do y'all see where we're going with this?
Going to start a new kingdom.
Come with us.
Stand down. I am highly trained and occasionally offended.
Please, somebody eat this damn bird over
like
here.
That the whole movie?
Yeah, what's that?
Did you like that the whole movie?
Well, we'll tell you in a little bit. Something else that's going on. Like I said, there's much more going on here. Another reason why you have these two being so tight is because they have a common enemy, which is a white lion. Forgot his name over here, but he's played by or voiced by Mads Mikkelsen, who wants revenge for one of those lions killing his son. You remember the name of him?
I don't. I just remember them being the White Lions.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I know his name by the time we start talking to him. So there are other things going on in here besides just this brewing conflict between Mufasa and the future Scar. Now, I'm going to tell you something with this movie right here. They immediately do two things that I think is an improvement. I don't know how you feel about this, but I even noticed this from the trailers. So one of my biggest complaints with the Lion King remake, besides it just being just another shot-for-shot remake just to, get some money, it was very, very realistic, hyper realistic. It tried so hard to look real that the animals look like that through the whole thing. They all just look bored.
Right.
They had no expressions.
As no animals would look.
Yeah. I'm so happy. Can't tell? Yeah, I love you, Simba, so much.
Simba, you are my son.
This is a wonderful day. None of these animals ever had any expression. So this movie right here, it avoids that mistake. I think it avoids that mistake because, look, it's yes, it's realistic, but it is stylized too to where the animals, they have facial expressions. They emote with their faces. I still think for some people, it might not be a thing that they like, but for me, I like it. I think it's a big improvement over the first one because not only do they have expressions, but I found it kind of impressive that they avoided it being too cartoony. I mean, look, animals don't. They don't smile, they don't smirk, they don't roll their eyes, anything like that. So, that's just something that you have to accept with this being stylized like that. But, I thought they did an amazing job keeping the expressions within the realistic designs to where none of that was got too weird or too uncanny valley for me, or it got to look like some weird AI thing going on.
Yeah, with the first one, with them keeping it so hyper realistic, it's like you're watching a nature film that somebody was talking over.
Yeah. It did. It was like, watching, damn Animal Planet or something, where somebody was just doing funny voices for the animals. I like what they did here. I really did enjoy looking at it. It also helps that these animals, at least these lions, are serious as hell too. Most of them, like either they are very dramatic or just mad. A lot of them just angry
and mad. Some of them are kind of shitty.
Oh yeah. All of them just taking life very serious, are just like I say, just pissed off, angry. Now they do kind of have them smiling a little bit when they're cubs, and they're being very playful.
I thought you said you were fast. When I am king, no other animal will break my stride. Break my stride.
When even when you watch a nature show, when you watch real animals, baby animals, when they're playful, they're jumping around and looking so happy that sometimes you just imagine a smile on them. So for this, it was like, all right, they're smiling. Who cares, man? But yeah, when they're adults, they're very serious. I've got you, brother, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed the look of it. I don't know if you enjoyed the look of it or not.
No, I did. I thought they reached maybe a perfect balance of having them very realistic, but still having emotion.
Yeah. And I think that I'm talking about how serious they are. I'm talking about how dramatic they are. But there are times when I thought, all right, something? They are hitting some pretty nice emotional beats here. And it's because the animals are animated appropriately. I don't think they're over animated. I don't think they're under animated to where they look too realistic. They're over animated to where it looks weird. I think there are moments when they capture the mood just right, especially when there's moments of sadness or concern. I'm like, all right, this is definitely a big improvement over what they did in the first one.
But, Rafiki.
Yes.
Why do they want to hurt everybody?
Can lead you to hate everything.
So, I think they did a better job than the last movie where they were able to capture facial expressions, but combine it with animal actions like the ears going back when they're feeling sad. Especially doing a lot of expressive things with the eyes. I really just enjoy watching it. I was like, this is, and we saw it on the IMAX. So yeah. Man, that last one was a pain to watch. It hurt.
It did.
Not the case with this here. But I also think that the story here, is an improvement, and as you said, that's a low ass bar. In fact, that bar is on the floor. You gotta pick that shit up. Because this just by being a prequel, just by not doing what the last movie did is already
puts it ahead.
It's already a huge advantage. What'd you say?
It puts it ahead.
Yeah, it's already a huge disadvantage. And believe me, it didn't have to try. It didn't have to try hard at all. The first one is advertised as, hey, same story, more realistic looking fur. Now with real fur. Like, who cares, man?
Yeah, right. Yeah, why should that matter to me?
Yeah, if you put damn Mufasa, the 2D Mufasa in the damn pimp coat and fur coat, and it's like, who cares?
Yes, and the same songs you love. Oh, really? Well, who's singing them? Well, Chudel Ejiofor.
Chewing gum, who?
Hey, does he sing? He got a good voice? Hey, he kind of talks through it, but you know.
Yeah.
We throw auto tune on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, put a little You like Beyonce? Yeah. And she does some songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
nobody need all them damn lines doing vocal acrobatics and things.
Right.
So this is where I knew I was enjoying parts of this story. Because I was looking at this and I was ready to like I don't want to be a dick going these movies. But I tell you, I was ready to not like it just because.
Well, after that last one, who wants to go see this?
It's after that last one. I didn't like the last one, and I didn't ask for this. And I don't like. I'm just kind of down on prequels these days, unless you do an exceptionally good job. But the reason why I knew I was enjoying certain parts of this, I knew it because I was heavily annoyed by the things that distracted me from the story.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Timon and Pumbaa got on my goddamn nerves.
You know, it's funny because with that last remake, they were the best parts.
Yes.
And here, where you have an actual story that you want to follow, they are the worst parts.
They're just annoying, huh?
They are annoying. I mean, the story gets going, it's getting good. I'm about to get on the edge of my seat, and here they come with their corny ass jokes.
with their routines.
Timon and Pumbaa, y'all. I was like, will y'all sit y'all little asses down and let me watch this movie? I hate them.
No, I get it. But there seemed like even a point when Rafiki was like, all right, let them go on over there. All right, little Simba Jr., let me talk to you.
Have y'all ever been at a party where you trying to talk to a girl or, you're sitting around with some people and y'all, one dude's telling a really good story and then you got a guy or two coming in, but let me tell you something. Like they always gotta be the center of attention. They got it through a routine worked out before they got to the party and they think it's cute.
Oh yeah, especially not if it's one guy, but if it's two guys back and forth doing it.
Yeah, it's two guys who've been best friends. Yeah, and they think that they being, they have a shtick. And they trying to be the center of attention while you trying to listen to everybody else but them.
They practice their
And that's who these assholes are.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to hear them.
Yeah.
And people, if they maybe had interrupted one, maybe two times,
possibly even three,
I would have let that go. But I mean, every time this movie starts going, they busted it. But hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you about me. Let me tell you about. Hey, is this where I come in?
Right.
Hey, is this the part where I did some shit? No.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story.
It feels a little bit like Heroes is stealing my thunder here.
Less childhood drama, more meerkat.
Do you see how this keeps going?
Yeah, no, ain't there. I'm saying.
You want to take that stick and just whack.
Yeah. And I love Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah. Up until now.
And I only liked them in the last movie, but now I realize just how bad that last movie was because they're the weakest parts of this movie.
Right.
And they ain't really changed.
No, that's true.
They ain't really changed. They were just in a movie that was so bad to me that somehow I thought they were good.
You're right.
I just wanted to kick his little ass across the room.
Well, ever since they were in The Lion King 1.5, suddenly all these stories now, they're the C-3PO and R2-D2, where like we were there the whole time. And with this story, it's like, you were not.
No.
It's had nothing to do with you. Either sit down and shut up or go somewhere.
Yeah, and people like that's the other thing. Maybe if they had just kept it to a minimum, maybe they kept it like about 10 seconds, said a word or two. Okay, do your little joke and get on it out the way. Sit your ass down. But they keep going and going.
Rafiki, I know who Tonka's gonna be.
Oh, me too. It's so obvious.
See what I wish Rafiki would have been like. Will you shut the up? Because much as they got that. No! I'm sorry, but they wouldn't shut up. They wouldn't shut up. I love Lion King 1.5 though.
Yeah.
I do, but these two right here. They damn, it really do look like Craven now.
Yeah, totally.
you do.
Yeah, they put this hoodie back on. I don't like that look. I feel like I just made a shitty movie right now. I feel like a knockoff Timu Craven.
So Craven.
Yeah, so Craven. Yeah. But yeah, that is and I get it. I see what's happening here because This movie gets a little darker than I thought it would. You know, there's some scary characters in it.
There's a lot of death.
I was about to say there's death, or they allude to death. And the one death that they allude to, that's some cold-blooded shit they do right there. And we all know what happens. You hear a character even like, no. And the Scar's looking like, God damn.
Right.
Y'all thought I was evil. but I get it. They're trying to get the kids in.
Yeah.
And so they need to break the tension in by bringing in Timon and Pumbaa. And see, the framing device for this is that the story's being told by Rafiki to Timon and Pumbaa and Simba's kid. And so they keep breaking it up, coming back to these two to have, tell some funny jokes and whatnot so that the kids don't get too stressed out. I get it. I just really, what's wrong with it though is that Timon and Pumbaa they feel like they're being ad-libbed by Seth Rogen, whoever's playing.
Billy Eichner.
Yeah. He's they feels like they're ad-libbing, and so what it feels like. When I was watching, I said, this is why this feels so awkward to me. This feels like when you have two actors coming out to present an award at the Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
And they're trying to riff on each other, and they're trying to do a little bit, and it just comes out embarrassing.
Especially if it wasn't worked out ahead of time.
Yeah. And that's what it feels like. They feel like they're doing one of those speeches right there, and they keep going and going and going. So listen, as an adult watching this, I think they did a good enough job with some of the deepest parts of the story that they just didn't catch a good balance of cutting to the kids for me. But for kids, it might not matter. I don't know. Because I don't even know how you feel about the story right here.
Well, I know I talked to Hemmendinger, and he talked about how much he hated it, absolutely hated it. And he talked about The Lion King, and they did this, and they felt like they needed to do this, and I was just like, listen, maybe everybody can't listen to me because I'm not precious about The Lion King, but he hadn't seen the remake.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, if you saw that, I'd like you to come back and rewatch this, because for me, as much as like you, I didn't really want to see this. It was like, well, I'm obligated to go. There's a point in it outside of Timon and Pumbaa where I found myself really liking this. Yeah. Like caught up in the story and even kind of emotional with it by the end. Like I think the halfway point it really starts to come together. It comes together to a point to where when it cuts to those two assholes, I was able to just kind of shut down and wait for them to get it out of their system so we can go back to the actual story. And it's a funny thing because early on, or I guess even maybe is it later or early on, like you go like, well, was that other Lion King, live action Lion King, was it really that bad? And you have Donald Glover and Beyonce come on as Simba and Nala, and their line reading is so bad. It's just like, God damn, y'all reminded me just how bad that other one was. Yeah. But this, I thought the voice acting and the story, I was like, man, you're gonna do this with the property, make it quote unquote live action, then go with an original story. And it's not like a groundbreaking story, but it does work. Yeah, I was really into it.
No, I'm like you, Martin. I was really, really into the parts that were working. There are parts of the story that really work for me, man. Like I said, this gets emotional. Very emotional in certain parts, man. And just like you said, the voice work and when they get to those dramatic parts, it helps out a lot. But again, there are some things that distracted me from those parts that when they happen, I was just like, why are you doing this? Because this movie is constantly doing how they got that thing.
Yeah. What? I as much as I don't like that, it happens so much. It's just so to be expected that I'm just like, all right. I guess you feel like you have to because this is supposed to bridge the gap to the other movie. Yeah. See,
listen, it's just a personal thing with me. I don't like it in general. Hey, this is how they got the thing. Hey, remember this? This is how this happened. I don't like it in general, but I think they overdid a little bit for me here. And I'll tell you why, because I was patient. I was very patient with a lot of things. Look, just tell you how Scar got how he got his scar. Look, his name is Scar. This is an origin story. if they didn't tell you that, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" You know.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta-
right.
So you have to tell it. That's the obligation. Here's how they found. Here's how the Pride Rock formed. Like, okay, now we didn't need to go there. We didn't have to do that, but okay, all right. You know, Mufasa, that's his throne.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do it.
It's built into the drama of the conclusion of the climax.
But we had to get an origin story for Rafiki's stick. an accessory, a pimp cane, because he don't need it. Because y'all, man, all this time, Rafiki been walking on that cane like he really crip. He don't need that damn stick. He never needed that stick. I'm like, come on, man.
You know, it's funny because I hear what you're saying and I don't disagree, but he spent so much time without the stick. There's a part where I was like, all right, where's the goddamn stick at?
He could have picked it up, but the stick became a character for a moment. I'm like, okay, so when's the stick gonna get a spit off?
Hey man, you keep talking.
Yeah. When they gonna make a damn buddy movie, Rafiki and the stick, making a cop film in the jungle.
Right now, somebody at Disney is writing that shit down.
Say it again.
And now that I say it, I kind of want to see it. I want to see a movie called Rafiki and the Stick. Y'all keep that title too. Just Rafiki going through the jungle beating the hell out of people. He's giving out justice. I was like, come on, y'all. But I mean,
I want to see that. I want to see that.
See, he had another stick before.
I wish he did. I mean, listen, it's one of those things where he just could have picked up the stick and we would have, oh, okay, you got a stick. But no, they had to put the light, they had to put the camera on the stick and give the stick some lines.
Hey, man, that stick is special. It's iconic. What are you talking about?
That's true.
The stick, a Lion King story, somebody said.
It worked.
I was like, man,
Yo,
listen.
Rafiki, where your stick at? Keep that stick with me all the time.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
They,
I ain't hired you. I hired you and the stick.
the way they gave that stick an origin story, it was almost like a romance film, but like how Rafiki met the stick. It's like he met a chick. The way it's played out in the movie is like he met his wife. It's like, it was like a rom-com. That damn monkey found a stick. I'm like, man, I don't think we needed that. However, there was not a kid, but a grown-ass man in the theater.
Uh-huh.
And when he found that stick and they gave that origin story, that he said, yeah.
I heard that.
Then I pulled out a stick and beat
That's the thing, man. They didn't do that. They didn't put that in there for us. They did that for him.
I get it. I get it. That's why I'm always saying, hey, look, it's all about opinions. These are things that I didn't like. And if you agree with me or have the same sentiment, then fine. I'm just telling you, if you don't, then be warned. But hey, there's a lot of people who do. So what am I going to tell you?
Yeah.
This is my review. Who knows? I rolled my eyes at a couple other callbacks to, he did the move. I ain't gonna tell you what it is.
I know. I know. When he did that early on, I was like, we're doing this right away. All right.
They did it.
Do it 2 or 3 times.
They did it about three times in the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, one, we got it. Right? We don't need. He did the move. It's like, come on, man. Come on, brother. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh well. Listen, y'all, we got to give a word to our sponsor right now. I tell you, one of the things that is very good about this movie and even the original Lion King is that they have some amazing animators on there, which is why I hope one day they can put some of these people on. You probably already know what I'm going to say. They can put some of these people on one of my favorite apps out there right now, Masterclass. And I love telling people about Masterclass because this is something that I use. I had a free subscription to it because I'm doing an advertising for it, but I use it now. I like it. I like it a lot.
They need to get you on there.
Well, they need to get us on there, man. We could be the new Timon and Pumbaa. No, we don't need to do that. Not at all. But here's another reason why I want to tell you about Masterclass is because Christmas, right around the corner.
Yep.
I mean, it's about to pop out and mug you right now. So I believe with Christmas being around the corner, that Masterclass would be a great gift. And Masterclass is the only streaming service where you can grow and learn with over 200 of the world's best in their field. Wirecutter has called this an invaluable gift. Now, I was told maybe to tell you that, but I'm telling you that from personal experience, that you, after taking 3 courses on here, I believe that you'll love this. The reason why is because, you can watch a video on your phone, your laptop, your iPad, or your tablet, or even your smart TV. But they have it in audio mode. So for all of you who like to listen to podcasts while riding around in your car, you can do the same thing with this right here. You can see, look, Samuel Jackson, Helen Bonham Carter, Martin Scorsese.
Some Mark
Yeah,
Cuban
Ron Howard, is that it?
Spike Lee on that.
Spike Lee. I took the Spike Lee course. Yeah, no, it's man, listen, I really, if you can't tell, I really fully endorse this. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee with this. And as I said, it'll make a great Christmas gift. I stand behind that. And here's a little gift for you right here. Masterclass always has great offers during the holidays, sometimes up to as much as 50% off. So here's what you do. You head over to masterclass.com/toasted for the current offer that they have. That's up to 50% off at masterclass.com/toasted. Now I want to thank Masterclass for sponsoring this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there who make me very happy. You're a gift to me every day. All of our supporters. Now back to the review. So here's something, Martin, I'm very curious to see what you think about. So one origin story that I think worked is how they went in and you see this in both Lion Kings, the remake and the original. You see how all the animals respect Mufasa.
Yeah.
Other than simply because he's a lion, I like the origin with that. Although I still do find it odd, because there's a point where Mufasa tells all the animals, "Hey, you know what? Let's work together. We're all cool. Let's work as a team." I found it weird that not one animal said, "Why? So you can eat me later?" You ain't gonna pull that on me. Unless lions are suddenly vegetarian, you can kiss my ass. I'm not doing that.
Well, that's been a thing from the original animated Lion King.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, this is your kingdom and we're all friends here. And it's like, so what do y'all eat?
Yeah. I'm not one animal wasn't surprised. Like telling everybody, what, don't y'all think something's wrong with this?
or if Mufasa was like, look, we're all friends, we're all gonna work together. Every so often, we're gonna have to eat some of y'all. Yeah. And it's just the way it is. But we're not eating everybody. So that's cool, right?
And every animal steps back. Eat him.
Yeah, right.
We never liked his ass. Go on. Go to your king.
Yeah. I mean, unless he was like, everybody in this kingdom is safe, but we're gonna hunt outside of here.
So one of the things that they do here that I thought was cool is that even though that was weird to me, that they, this animal dynamic that they have, that's never made sense to me, but whatever. However, they do address the cruelty and reality of nature in this.
Oh, yeah.
Tekka's father, who's voiced by, and that's Tekka right there, unless that's Mufasa. I can't tell the difference between them. But Tekka's dad is...
You're a lion racist.
Oh, yeah, I never said I wasn't. Yeah, I don't trust them, man. We're taking our jobs.
Oh, I guess we all look alike to you.
Yeah, you do. Tekka's father, Masego, who's played by Keith David, he looks at Mufasa and says...
No, Keith David is Mufasa's father.
Is he Mufasa's father?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Tekka's father, whoever he is, he looks at... when Mufasa becomes an orphan and he goes to Tekka's father's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill this little bitch right here.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what lions do.
And that's what lions do, because he says, you know what? He's gonna come in and try to take over. So you got to go.
But plus he's like, his name is Mufasa. That means king. Hell no.
No.
No. It's not. He's got to die. I'm gonna eat him.
Yeah. He's like, nah, because he said, I smell lunch. There's an orphan around here.
Better get this trash out of my face.
Yeah, no, they address how lions will kill a threatening, like a threatening cub from another pride when he comes in, and so they're kind of real about that. Also, I like that they talk about who's out hunting right now, and Tekka's father's like, Oh man, that's what them bitches do. We stick around all day and sleep so we can rest in case we have to defend the pride.
Right.
Which is what females line do. They do the hunting.
They do all the hunting.
All the male lines sit on their ass all day.
Yeah. They just hang out with their boys and sleep.
Yeah. But but I tell you so I like that they addressed that right there, that's one of the benefits of if you're gonna go for a more realistic look, I like that they bring reality into it a little bit. So I thought that was kind of cool. But one of the things that really worked for me here was the cast. I thought the cast was great. First of all,
It stars your boy.
the Green Lantern.
Yeah, I say
Green Lantern with them green eyes. Yeah, Aaron Pierre, who was just in Rebel Ridge. So I think the cast is great. Big thanks to Disney for a mostly all black cast in here. And I think that they all do great voice work. Now, ain't nobody, not one person is a James Earl Jones on this.
No.
And nobody's expecting them to be.
Right.
I mean, that's not even fair to compare, but I believe that Aaron Pierre, let's see if I can find a picture of him. I think Aaron.
Somebody say he looks like a lion.
Yeah, he kind of does.
In real life.
Yeah, he kind of does, man. There's this big ass right there. He looks like Mufasa.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you take this off of me and put that on him.
Yeah.
Instant Mufasa.
We Mufasa for real.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's Aaron Pierre and that's Kelvin Harris as Taka. I think Aaron Pierre does have enough bass in his voice to be a convincing Mufasa. Kelvin Harrison keeps he's British, so he has the British accent that's appropriate for.
I never knew he was British.
Yeah. He has the. I don't know. Is he? I tell you what, if he's doing a British accent,
He's doing it very well, but
Yeah.
but I never knew he was British. I've seen him in so many American things.
let me just say I'm not sure.
Okay.
But if he's not, he does a great British accent for Scar, which is appropriate for the character. But the cast does something I think that is very impressive, and this is what I want to see how you feel about this, Martin. So, what's impressive for me here is that despite this being a prequel, they make these characters their own. Nobody's trying to mimic, and like Aaron Pierre is not trying to mimic James Earl Jones in any kind of way. They play it as their own characters, man. And I think because of that, they raise the quality of everything here. The emotional peaks of the story. They make a lot of the drama work, as I was saying. But here's something that I felt very mediocre about, and that's the songs.
Yeah.
I don't think the songs are.
They aren't those memorable songs, but it seems like there was a golden era where they were able to make songs like that. And we see a lot of stuff now that just we see musical after musical where the songs just don't hit the way they used to.
No, they do not. No, Moana was a disappointment in that way. I think
Moana 2.
Moana 2. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Moana 2. No,
Moana
Moana 1 is amazing music in that. Moana 2 didn't have great songs. And this one, I think the songs are completely forgettable. But if there's anything that will make them memorable, and probably the most memorable song on there is the one between Taka and
the brothers.
And the brothers song, Taka and Mufasa. I always thought that the cast did so well that they actually raised the quality of the songs a little bit, even though they're all still forgettable.
I always wanted a brother. Now we rely on each other. One season after another. Hey, Mufasa!
I thought,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I seeing how they perform it. I mean, because I thought, man, those actors I thought right there that song is so playful and fun, and the actors, they, I don't know if they're in the same room or they perform together, but they got a chemistry going on.
Yeah, I mean, of all the songs in the movie, I thought, well, this one comes the closest to being something that you'll hum afterwards or stands out.
Yeah,
and the movie isn't filled with songs.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. But when they did, look, I'm gonna tell you who had the worst song in here, and I hate to say it, but your boy Mad Mikkelsen as Kyros. I forgot. I can't even remember the song he had. I just remember.
I didn't remember he had a song.
He had a song, and it was not very good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was bye bye or something like that. You
Okay.
remember that?
No, I don't.
I ain't talking about. I ain't talking about. He gotta be like bye bye bye. No, I ain't talking. No, he don't want to be a movie. He get up with them white paws. Bye 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 bye. No, he didn't do. No.
That'd have been good. That would have been memorable.
That would have been very memorable. Damn white line doing Backstreet Boy dances. But no, he had a song. I think it was called Bye Bye or something. It's a terrible song if you ask me. I think it's bad. But I did like Matt Mikkelsen's as the character. He's the main protagonist.
I was so sure that was Antonio Banderas until I saw his name in the credits.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this is that the character of Kiros, who wants revenge for the death of his son, Mufasa killed his son, so now he's a blood for blood, and so he's out looking for revenge. What I thought was funny here is that the only lion voiced by a white guy is actually
a white lion. Yeah.
I can't wait for Fox News to be talking about reverse racism here. Why the lion got to be the bad? Why the white lion got to be the bad guy? Why the white guy about to be the bad guy? And why they getting the worst song in the movie too? Did that on purpose. Sabotage, I tell you.
Boycott Disney.
Yeah, boycott Disney. This appropriation. And I guess the characters that were the most comedic were the ones that bothered me because because they just, man, I don't think the comedy, the humor in certain parts, especially between Taka and Mufasa, I think it's done all right because they're not overplaying it. Mm-hmm. They're not trying to be damn, open mic comedians. But then there's some characters in here like Timon and Pumbaa. I didn't like them, and Zazu.
Zazu really got on your nerves, huh?
Zazu, not as much as Timon and Pumbaa, but I just thought, again, he's doing that jibber jabber, that yapping.
I know. But Timon and Pumbaa there, I was like, I can accept you. You ain't the two of them.
See, this is where we split. I couldn't stand Zazu, man.
Thank you for stopping by.
Your king hired a bird to protect you.
How high can you fly?
Well, she got his ass there.
All right.
You tell him. But now that scene right there wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
But then there's a scene later where he, they have the climax and he lends nothing to it. It's just running his beak. So,
Right?
he did nothing. He didn't.
You'd be fighting to the death. You'd be like, would you shut up?
That's exactly. It's like he did nothing. Did nothing at all. In fact, he almost lost because he was talking too goddamn much.
Running his beak is crazy.
Yeah. But man, you know what? Listen. It's a movie that strives for greatness. And if you listen to everything that I'm complaining about here or criticizing, it's a movie that strives for greatness and every now and then actually even achieves it in some parts, some small parts here and there. But it's brought down, I think, by, this cheapened appeal to kids. And also how it follows the studio handbook of, hey, remember to put plenty of, there you go. That's right, Disney.
What do you think this is?
Yeah, put plenty of Easter egg nostalgia in there. Which, like I said, listen, obviously people want that. Not my thing though. But I thought, man, true criticism here, I thought that the songs were forced. It has to be a musical because everything else was a musical and Disney does musicals. And those songs are not that great. And also, like I said, the silly jokes for the kids. I would still say maybe this isn't necessary, this story here. But like I said, man, at least it's an original story. And it looks great. And those actors that in here are doing such a great job when they ain't being interrupted by these other damn wacky ass animals. So, I thought it was compelling enough for me to overlook a lot of the things that did bother me. It's because, I'm almost I'm almost complimented by saying that I hate it when it was interrupted because I wanted to just keep going. Mm-hmm. I get why they had to do it though. It's all right. Kind of, it ruined the flow for me, but I get it. You couldn't terrify these kids. So I give this a matinee.
I am right there with you. I feel like I like this a little bit more than you did, but everything you're saying, I co-sign on 100%. The things that bothered you, I noticed they didn't bother me as much. Now, not the Timon and Pumbaa shit, because I was like, man, if there's just some way we could stop doing this. Because you're right. You get a flow going and it cuts back to them and you're like, all right. Just come on, fellas, speed it up. But maybe in the second half they weren't cutting to them as much.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because I did feel in the second half it had a flow and it stuck to the story, and that's how I got really into it.
So you think in the second half they didn't have too much of Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah, I think they had less of them. You know, I mean, I'd have to rewatch it again, but I felt like they weren't cutting in so much. Because there's even a point where they kind of like backed off and Rafiki is just talking to the cub.
Yeah, that's true. Like the scene we just showed with, when he was, see, like that's a great moment right there.
Yeah.
And notice who ain't around, like you say.
Yeah. And
by the way, that's Blue Ivy, what's her name?
That's
Beyonce's daughter?
Yeah, that's Beyonce's daughter, who did not do a bad job. I know people rooting against her.
I know.
She did a pretty
Nepo
good job.
baby and all that. No, she was great. You're right. There's some obligations here. There's obligations to show, hey, this is how this happened. This is how we bridged to The Lion King. Yeah. And we got to put songs in here. And as much as, you see movies that do the member berries and this is how they got this, I thought this could have been so much worse about that. With these things. And like I said, half of them I was like, yeah, you got to show this. You goddamn it, you better tell me how you got that scar.
Yeah.
And he got named Scar. And even though I was coming, and I was like, I think I know how it's going to happen, but I better see it. It's filling in not such a way that's by the numbers. It really managed to be its own thing by knowing what it had to tie into. I was having a bit of an emotional day, but I got a little touched by it. I was like, I was not expecting that from this movie. I expected to come out hated. Yeah. So for me, it's a matinee, maybe even a high matinee.
Yeah. Well, y'all petty as hell, man. People mad.
Why?
They said, oh man, they must be tired. They got Disney paid them off. Come on, man. Look, listen. I know y'all expect us to come up here.
Yeah.
I know the moment I dress like a lion, he gonna maul the shit out of this. I know it. Man, would it help if we said we didn't even want to like it?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did.
Honestly, I'm surprised by you because I was like, I wasn't sitting with you.
I thought he hated it.
Yeah, I didn't know how you felt about it. I talked to Hemmendinger and he was just full of venom about it. And I know y'all was sitting together and he's like, just make you tell Corey. I saw that he was asleep through part of it. I was like, well, all right.
I was tired.
Yeah, I know. I feel that way a lot of times.
I'm getting over being sick.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, whatever. But I just thought, all right, well, it's going to be me liking it and him hating it and calling me an idiot for liking it, but it is what it is.
I'm beyond that now.
I know.
If you like it, I wouldn't
be on it now.
Even tonight, I said, you see how it was fair? I said, listen, these things don't appeal to me, but if other people, if you like that damn stick, origin story, fine. Stick it up your ass.
I know on paper I shouldn't, but I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Hey, why you snitching on me, Julian? What the hell, man? You need to be telling me I took a nap during the movie. Hey, guess what? I still liked it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put a scar on my face. I'm gonna attack your ass, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
Man, see, this is why I don't even like talking to people after the movies.
I know.
Because he came up to me like, man, you believe that bullshit? And I was like, man, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, you talking the wrong line. I look after my people.
Yeah. Did y'all feel the runtime, though? Because I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, the story was so predictable that you just kind of feel the runtime.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
No,
I felt the runtime in the sense that they didn't have to
sleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep. Down to moment. You know what? It was that goddamn.
Those two dicks.
It was that goddamn so-called comedy. I'm sure I fell asleep doing that part. Yeah, this lame ass comedy show they doing. Yeah. If I had a goddamn tomato, I would have thrown it at the screen. Shut up. No, it's enjoyable, man. I think I don't bring in any kind of. Okay, yeah, I did bring in hate to this movie, but hey, they did a good job at making me, at winning me over near the end.
And imagine this could be recut in a way that would raise your rating.
That's true. Yeah, cut them two motherfuckers out.
What's that?
I said you cut those two little motherfuckers out. Your rating's probably higher, huh?
Yeah. I would have probably given this a full price, had a low full price, and had these two dipshits in here. No, Barry Jenkins did a very good job with this. And you could tell when Barry Jenkins was doing his thing and the studio was making him do theirs.
Yeah, true.
Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.